Hello, this is Jundo. Welcome to Treeleaf. Today we're going to continue talking about Oryoki. This is a practice of great beauty. It takes a while to learn, but it's a practice that when done every day, we can pour ourselves into. It's a practice of mindfulness because we do every single gesture as if it is the only gesture to do at that moment in the whole universe. We forget everything else. Now, I do a traditional Oryoki maybe once a year when I sit session at a Japanese monastery. And for several days before, I have to practice because I forget how to do it. There are dozens upon dozens of set gestures that have to be memorized. And even when I'm in the session, it usually takes me a few days to pretty much get the hang of it again. So what we're going to do today is a simplified version, but I hope no less mindful. Now we have our bowls that we prepared yesterday. I just want to open them quickly to show you how they're organized. We have inside our two eating bowls, a teacup. We have a cup for offerings. And on top of that we close the cloth like this. Then we have the envelope containing our utensils, the napkin, and then I'm not going to do this in a fancy way. We're just going to tie a knot on the top. Here, now this is going to be a self-service because we don't have people to serve us when we're sitting by ourselves. So I'd like you to prepare, for example, your food in advance. There'll be a bowl sitting here, let's say with a rice dish or some cereal, maybe a little soup here, and a container with something to drink. And we start off in Gasho. Now we'll be going through various chanting, and I'll tell you when it's time to open your bowls. But I'd like you to keep a couple of rules always in mind as we practice this mindfulness. Number one, we work from Gasho. Every gesture we make, we come back to Gasho. You'll see what I mean. But whatever I do, I don't go directly to the next gesture. I first come back to Gasho. Next, every gesture is separate and sacred. Every gesture takes our full attention. We don't rush to do it. We take our time, and usually we use two hands. For example, if I'm going to pick up a spoon, I don't grab it like this. I usually do this. Come back to Gasho. And we pause between gestures too, even just for a microsecond. I hope you see what I mean. But for example, if I place my hands here, before I open, I just don't place my hands and open the cloth. I place my hands, pause, and then proceed to open. Alright? Now I'm not that concerned that you get every gesture right and in order. As a matter of fact, I don't expect it. What's more important to me than making mistakes is that you keep calm, centered, and focused. Part of our practice is to make mistakes and just to keep our balance even when the soup dribbles, even when we place a bowl in the wrong place. So for that in mind, let me show you something about how I hope this goes. First we'll be in Gasho, and then the signal will come to open bowls. Untie the knot, pause, perhaps spread it out. Grab this again with two hands. This is our envelope with the napkin. Turn it, pause. Don't just pick it up and take it. Watch. gasho. Then, as I showed you yesterday, it's traditional to make a star pattern by folding this underneath like this. Now perhaps I will take my napkin and implement, and I will place it here behind the bowl. Come back again to gasho. I will take this group of bowls. We usually work with 3 fingers, you'll see, as a tripod. This is a traditional way. As opposed to grasping things like this, it's nice style to grab with 3 fingers. I move to the right. Come back to gasho. It's okay, I just think maybe, for example, if I had made a mistake, maybe I would make the star first. Let's do that. Come back to gasho. Make the star first. Come back to gasho. Grab the bowls. Pause. Put them here. Come back to gasho. Now this is our dish for offerings. And our teacup and our soup dish here. I may take these out and place them in the middle, for example. Come back to gasho. Take my offering dish. This will go outside, off the cloth, because we're not going to repack that. That's going to take food outside later, so we can offer something to the trees and the animals outside. Come back to gasho. Again, grab our teacup. Sometimes they use the thumbs to do that in a monastery. Move it over. Come back to gasho. Pause. Remember to keep breathing slowly, regularly. Each gesture is the whole universe doing it at that moment. When you move, it is the whole universe moving. Every act is sacred. Keep that philosophy in mind. Now, let's take our napkin. Usually we don't wear a rakusu during eating for obvious reasons. If you do for some reason, and some people do in some centers, it is perfectly acceptable to tuck your napkin into your rakusu if you wear a rakusu. Now with 2 hands, I will take the envelope, pausing respectfully. I will reach in. I will remove. This is my cleaning sponge. I will slide it between my teacup and the soup bowl. I will return. I will take my spoon. I will place it not in the bowl. This is very important. We place it here at the top, usually bowl down. Then I may take this envelope. Sometimes we fold it, and I will place it today. I'm just improvising this under my serving cloth. Well, that doesn't look like it's working out so far. It's okay to improvise some of this, so I'm going to place it under my napkin. Alright. Now there'll be more chanting. You just wait with everyone, usually in gasho. When the serving comes, I also want you to serve yourself like this, very respectfully. If you're not sure what to do, gasho at every point. Gasho. Take your bowl. Hold it. Usually there's that tripod again. Is a nice way to do it. Pause. Pause. Don't take more food Eat lightly. Don't take more food than you think you can eat in a reasonable amount of time. Turn your bowl. Gasho. Same with the soup. Notice I have my tripod. I pick up my soup bowl. I come over here. Pause. Gasho. Time for my drink. Pause. 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 Gasho. Then there'll be a time during the chant. You will see we're chanting and we take the spoon. Then we place it in the bowl. You will see during the chanting, there is one point during the chant where we hold the bowl up at eye level like this. I don't know if you can see that because of the camera angle. And we place it back. We keep chanting. And then, only when the chanting is done, does everyone begin eating. And again, the same principles hold for eating. Gasho. Pick up your bowl. Pause. Spoon. Pause. It's okay to hold your bowl if you're going to have several spoons. You don't have to put it down every time. But when you do put it down, please gasho before picking up the next item. Again, usually with two hands. Gasho. Gasho. Now, there will be a time where I will say, sai shit, which means seconds. At that point, if you wish, you may take seconds, repeating the process just as you did the first time, to take seconds. We try to finish all at the same time. I encourage you not to take too much food or be sitting there long after we're all finished. As a matter of fact, you should have your bowls empty by the time we're all cleaning up. If during the break time you want to sneak a little more food or a snack, that's fine. But try to finish eating when we're all finished eating. Now, when it's time to clean the bowls, the process will go something like this. Please keep a little tea or water in your teacup. First, let me think how I'm going to do this. Again, we are improvising a little here today. Okay, I'm going to take the spoon. You're going to put it in your mouth like this and place it back here. You're going to wipe out the bowl with the sponge dry, and with the sponge take out any remaining material. Then do the same for the soup bowl. Okay? And I would like you to place your sponge down. Take the tea that was in your teacup. Usually we cover it with our hand to avoid splashing like this. Pour the tea into the tea bowl, into the large bowl. Return the teacup. Again, pause. Now take your spoon again. Take your sponge and wash the spoon with the sponge. Put your sponge down. Now, we don't have a separate drying cloth, so I'm going to ask you to use your napkin. Dry your spoon, like so. Put your napkin over the top of the bowl, like so. Pick up the napkin. Place the napkin back down. Wash the bowl. Then pour the water into the next bowl. Place the sponge in the next bowl. Take your napkin and dry the bowl. Then the bowl and the napkin sit. Repeat the process. Take your napkin. Let it sit. Now, squeeze out your sponge so that there's no water left. Place your sponge in the large bowl. Now I'm going to ask you to drink this. Pause. Take your napkin. Dry out. Gasho. Now, take your napkin and fold it. Place it down again behind the bowl. Retrieve your envelope. Take your spoon. Place your spoon in the envelope. Take your sponge. Put the sponge in the envelope. Put the envelope under your napkin. Under your napkin here. Gasho. Take the teacup. Place the teacup in the middle bowl. Take the napkin and the envelope. You can place it down in your lap. Now you take the bottom of your cloth. Remember, this offering bowl stays outside. Take the bottom of your cloth, put it over the top. Pull out the top and bring it over like that. So your ends are still here, just the bowls are there. Then come down again. Then you have your envelope and your napkin. Just lost my sponge there. So I said, there are no mistakes in our Zen practice, even our mistakes. Remember, in life, we try to be careful. We try not to make mistakes. And when we make mistakes, they're just mistakes, folks. Take your napkin, turn it, place it down. Now, traditionally, we place our hand on top like this. There's a fancy way to tie this. I'm not going to show you how to do it, nor did I practice very much today. It takes me a couple of days to learn how to do that again. We're just going to tie a very simple knot, straighten it out, and there we are. When we're all finished, you take your Oryoki ball. We usually carry it again, 3 fingers on each hand like this. You get up, go to the kitchen, and during break time, just clean the table normally. Take your offerings outside. Find a nice tree or a shady area with some grass, and leave your offerings. And then we'll have a little break. See? That wasn't hard. Okay. Now I think that took quite a little bit of time. So our sitting today, we're gonna sit. Let's see, a little shorter than usual, but our netcast today will go a little long.